It was 1994, just before a Toastmaster meeting. I was new, I was nervous. My club president, Dan Jones, asked me to help him photocopy the agenda. So we're in the photocopy room, and if you were standing there next to us, you would have seen reams and reams of paper on the wall. You would have heard the photocopy machine spitting out the agenda. You would have smelled the toner as Dan looked at me and asked me the question. He said, "Darren, what do you have to give?" Give? I'm not here at Toastmasters to give anything. I'm here to get stage time. What do you mean? I said, "Darren, what do you have to give? Help me out here." Well, he said, "Darren, you came to Toastmasters to get stage time in order to try out your jokes to be at a comedy club, right? So why don't you give a speech about how to uncover humor in your presentation?" People would want to hear that? Now, you have to understand where I came from in my background. I came from stand-up comedy. I'd never given a corporate presentation before. My only world was a stand-up comedy world where you know, as the audience, the difference. It's clear between success and failure. If they're laughing, it's success. If they're not laughing, and you hear the ceiling fan, that's failure. So in the speaking world, it's different. They could be intently listening and reflecting on their life. Or they could be praying to God you get off the stage. You don't know. So here I am, giving my very first 7-minute presentation. Educational, though. I'm teaching. People were taking notes. I thought, how rude. I'm working here. At the end of the presentation, people actually came up and thanked me. That never happened at a comedy club, especially doing open mic nights. In fact, it went so well, my club president, also the district governor, had invited me to give a speech at the Toastmasters district conference. What's a district conference? I had no idea. I'd never been outside of my club. Well, he explained to me that it was just a breakout session, so you'll just be doing an hour. An hour? 5 minutes at a comedy club, 7 minutes at an hour? I didn't have enough confidence to even do it alone, so I invited my friend Gary Roma to help me out. My buddy Gary was also a comedian and a Toastmaster. So Gary was more nervous than I was. So, of course, I made him go first. And as Gary was presenting and opening up and starting with his exercises, I stood in the very back, worried about Darren. What are they going to think of me? Are they going to like me? Am I going to forget my lines? Am I going to remember my lines? What are they going to think? Are they going to like me? Is it good? Is it good? Is this good stuff? Am I stupid? Why am I here? As I'm so self-absorbed, Gary, in the middle of his presentation, froze. It was that long and that uncomfortable. I'm sitting in the back of my own little world. Someone should do something. And at that instant, my speaking changed forever. Because I stopped worrying about me, and I started focusing on what they're going to leave with. Someone needs to help them out. We got to get this point across. They have to understand it. When I went from worried about me and transformed my speaking to worried about what they're going to leave with, it took that nervous energy and brought value because it made me work harder. Well, that went so well. This woman, her name was Bethany, she walks up to me after the presentation. She says, "Darren, that was great. I would love to have you speak at the New England Recruiters Association. I'm the conference chair." And then she asked me the question, "How much do you charge?" Charge? I wasn't sure which way the money was going. This was new to me. But at that time in my life, I just started doing paid comedy where it was $50 for a set. $50. That was like hitting the lottery. But I had started hearing whispers that in the corporate world, they paid a lot more. I mean a lot more. A lot more. I calculated as quick as I could. I looked her dead in the eye and I said, Bethany, 75. Her face went flush. I'm thinking 65, 65. I thought I was being greedy. Turns out the comedian who did the same presentation at the same corporate conference a year before got $1,000. People said, Darren, you should have got $1,000. I'm like, are you kidding me? An hour by myself in a corporate presentation when I can't use bad words. That's enough pressure. $75, I still didn't sleep or pee for a week. My first paid check was $75. I built what many professional speakers consider $1 million speaking business. It started in my childhood bedroom. Tiger sheets and all. So if I can start there, what are you waiting for? What can you do?